we got that done. God, I am so not tech savvy. Swear, whenever I do anything with streams, it always something ends up popping up and being a pain in the butt. Oh, okay, let me close this door. Guys, I have some pretty huge news, right? For anybody just checking in, I haven't really made many videos lately. I've been super busy with work, but also busy collecting, busy actually like collecting, researching cards, trying to figure out what my next target was going to be, trying to figure out what my next purchase was going to be. And basically, we're kind of jumping back into the housing market really hard, me and Diana. And, you know, we've had our second kid. He's 4 months old now, Asher. And Asher is growing, and he's growing fast. And guys, and of course the dogs have to interrupt everything. And I appreciate you guys popping out, but yeah, so he's 4 months old now, and I just feel like we're outgrowing this house really quick. Anyways, I pre-qualified with Zillow. And because I'm making a little bit more now than I did last year, and I did a lot of sales on eBay, so we're using that information too. So we pre-qualified for almost I'm not gonna say, but we're now looking at homes that are a lot bigger than what we were looking at before. And not that I can afford it, but I'm kind of like, dude, you've collected most of the cards you could possibly want. What more is there, bro? Like, put your family first. Like, go head first into the housing market, buy a dope ass house, then your family's set, you're settled in for life. We wanted to gradually move up, but I think I'm just gonna pull the trigger on something. But really, really nice neighborhood. We went to see a house today. I'm putting in an offer as we speak. I doubt they're gonna take it because things are just selling at list price right now in Charlotte. So, but guys, I'm super excited. It's probably gonna fall through. I know I shouldn't think that way, but yeah, this house is nicer than anything else we've looked at, and I think we deserve it. I think we deserve it. I definitely am gonna have to pull back on my spending and on cards. But like, I'm excited to have a new game room, and like, I don't know if it's ever gonna be the same as this, guys. I don't know, but I hope it is. And like, I've loved doing YouTube, and I've loved streaming, and it's always been weird ever since we knew we were gonna move. It's always been weird. And like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not looking at the chat right now, but like, it's always been surreal to even have the opportunity to go look at these homes, homes bigger than the one we're in now. And I just feel super blessed, guys. And I hope, you know, I could be here for another couple months, right? We could be in this house for another couple months. Maybe just deals don't work out. People outbid us. They want to pay full market on stuff. I'm trying to find a home that we can get a deal on. And I know that might be really tough. This isn't collectibles. This isn't cards I'm talking about. Like, it's the housing market. And while we're going to talk about cards the rest of the night, I just wanted to announce that, like, this is pretty big news. Probably should just made a video on it. But we were doing a stream tonight anyways. I just barely got the kids to sleep. More like Diana. But guys, I'm super, super pumped. And dude, just the idea of like having a loft or just a big office to do as a game room. Like, this is a very small room, guys. So like, having a bigger space that feels like I can breathe a little bit better is going to be really, really nice. And I'm excited for that. You guys, let me know. Are you excited about the Unova, the next era, the Black Bolt White Flare set? Do you think it's not overkill that there's an illustration rare for every single card in this set? I want to know what you guys think. What's good, Chad? What's good, Chad? What's good, 704? What's good, Chad Ryan? What's good, Garrett? Emerald now, dude, I appreciate that. Honestly, anything right now I can appreciate because our home payments are about to be insane. Dan, dude, what's good? Dan, I hope you are having a fantastic day, dude. I really appreciate you supporting the channel from the very beginning. I know it's not really a big deal. We're just chilling, hanging out, but like, I never forget that stuff, and I don't forget names, especially ones that are frequently in the chat, and I really appreciate it. Turtle, what's good? Tuscan Trader, what's good? How we doing? Daniel, greetings from Malaysia. Yo, what's good? Guillermo Franco, congrats. Yo, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my guy. Big baller, no big baller, no big baller. Title fight. I like the move on the long-term home. You never know if it'll get approved. I like the move on the long-term home. You never know if it'll get approved. Not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, in general, like buying a house. Apparently right now, like my mom and me were talking about it today, and she heard on NPR that right now is a good time to buy a home. So like I'm taking that as a good sign. I don't know if it's a good time to buy a home. A good time to buy a home might be in 3 to 4 months. But I'm in a pressure cooker. I got a family that's growing, and we're outgrowing this house. And it's been really cozy and really fun, but it was also like, this was a bachelor pad. This was intended as a home for just a couple dudes to like chill and hang out. And then it was a rental. And then, I met Diana. And so, it's we're ready. But we've made do with what we had for a long time. And that enabled me to collect a lot of cards that I love. And also just we had a really good quality of life. So things are going to get tight. Things are going to get tough. But yeah, just the fact that like our at-home life is going to be so much nicer potentially. Like that's something that I don't think I'm ever going to regret. Right. So it's a little further from everybody. So I'm a little bummed out about that. But it's in a really good neighborhood. So and they got like a whole crime community watch thing going on. It's like one of those neighborhoods with the HOA and stuff. With the neighbors with the binoculars. And so I'm not like super like about that, but for the most part, like it will be good to be in a safe neighborhood now that I've got kids and, valuable collectibles and whatnot. The cars and stuff. I don't live in the best neighborhood now, so it'll be a good change of pace. Cute cat, messy for days, messy, Tuscan Trader. You should do a video of moving your collection. Yeah, I mean, like, not showing exactly where I'm moving or maybe the outside of the house. Like, I'm also, like, worried about that. Like, I want to post, like, the house and how it looks because I'm so excited, but I'm also worried that, like, somebody will, like, track that on Google and, like, somehow find the image and, like, then they'll be creeping. I don't know. But, yeah, that would be a crazy video, honestly. Like, dude, I don't know how I'm going to move all this stuff, all the theme decks. My slabs are great. That's why I got rid of all the binders. That was a big part of it. I knew we were going to move. And so my briefcases of slabs. Ooh, I do want to show you guys this. I finally got enough graded guards. I'm finally caught up on all my graded guards. Oh, yeah. I have a good couple duplicates that I'm not going to put graded guards on. But voila. Look at this. Almost. I got to put graded guards on these still. I forgot about those. But for the most part, this is all my modern stuff. And we got graded guards on all of these guys. Look at that color coordination. It's crazy. This is not crazy. It looks so good. We'll put this guy back. Ooh, did I get anything new in? I don't think I got any new cards lately. I will say, dude, the Sun and Moon Blastoise looks so freaking cool in this guard. It looks so dang good. Got a bunch of new graded guards that came in. Also, the guards that are on Amazon, I got a couple off-brand ones. Dude, those are really good. I know they're not, like, as sturdy. They're, like, made of silicone, but they're actually, like, really high quality. Really like it. Guillermo, rip some packs. LOL, prepping your package. Oh, dude, yo, what's up, G? Yo, so Guillermo this dude just hooked me up with some graded guards, too. He's like the graded guard plug. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure what to open. Dude, I can't find product anywhere around here. So it's like you're either asking me to like open up a vintage pack or like a modern booster box. I don't have any single packs. I don't have any small products. I can't find anything around here. Target, Walmart, GameStop. Stuff is still being scalped, guys. It's like actually crazy. What was I going to say? I will say, trust me, I'm tempted to just do a heavy base set pack opening. It's 7,000 subscribers. It's like, it's right around the corner. And then finally we'll have something fun to do. But I'm like, nah, dude. I said 7,500 subscribers, we're going to open up a heavy base set pack. And honestly, I should be selling all of my heavy packs, my vintage stuff. That stuff should be getting sold so quickly for this house down payment. Like, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. More for you guys than for me, right? Because there's a good chance I don't get anything out of those heavy packs in terms of like the hit that I'm going for, right? I want the Charizard, I'm going to pull a Poliwrath. I want the Charizard, I'm going to pull a freaking Mewtwo. Which again, Mewtwo actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Vintage is flying right now, so the fact that I have some heavy base set packs is really, really cool. We also have a heavy base set too. We have a heavy Team Rocket. So that'll be interesting. But I'm going to do that at 7,500 subscribers. That's what we said we were going to do. Was Crown Zenith overkill? Okay, fair enough. Crown Zenith is a really good set, and we appreciate it way more now. But at the time, we still loved it, even though it was overkill. But Crown Zenith definitely was overkill. They did way too much with Crown Zenith, and it destroyed values of the cards. And that's okay. At the end of the day, like, it made them super easy to collect. But yeah, it really hurt the set, like, the value of the set. Which, if you only care about money, that's all that matters. But, you know, so it could be a good thing that this black and white set is going to, you know, be printed heavily. And it's going to have all of these IR rares. I bet it will still be really, really hard to grade certain ones in PSA 10. That may be the case, but I'm also thinking, on the flip side, that there's going to be such high pop of these cards. They're not going to be worth anything even when they're graded. Caleb Middleton, loving it. Collecting every art rare and special art rare, Japanese and Scarlet and Violet. Dude, that's a huge goal. Good luck to you on that, Caleb. Chad, Ismail, that motherfucker be popping up on my feed left and right. Alright. The bots beat me today. Yeah, how did you guys fare on the drop? Did anybody get the drop today? Or was that, was that today? I completely missed out on that, by the way. Battle Rex, I appreciate you, Garrett. Battle Rex, hi, how we doing? Chicken, I can't say that. A good time to buy a home is when you don't have a home. That is true. That is some serious knowledge dropped right there. The kitchen's really not much bigger than ours, which I told her, I was like, are you sure this is going to be the house? Because I love it, but I'm not the one who's going to be in the kitchen realistically all the time. Say what you want, but that is the reality. Diana is a way better cook than I will ever be, and she loves it. So the kitchen's very, very important. And I honestly don't think this kitchen's nice enough for her, but she likes it. And I think it's a nice enough kitchen for me, but I don't use the kitchen much. So new appliances, all the appliances are included. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to lowball them or negotiate at all, considering the fact that it comes with everything. And they're paying our realtor fee of the 3%. So technically we're saving 3% right there. But like, God, forgive me for trying to get like just a little bit of a deal. So I'm asking for 4% off. Is that too much in the housing market? You tell me. The HOA is only $10 a month. I'm super stoked about that because HOA bills do suck. Most HOA bills in Charlotte are anywhere from the $50 to $300 price range, and like, dude, that adds up quick. A lot of them are in the 150 range, 120 range. Chat 704 Chad, don't forget to hire a chef and a butler. Dude, you know it. You know it. Gonna be balling. Gonna be balling. The front lawn is huge, which I'm pissed about because it means I'm gonna be mowing the crap out of the grass. If we buy this, I really want this house. I don't care if I have to make massive payments every month. Really want this house. Best deal we've seen in a while in Charlotte. The area surrounding it's kind of ghetto, but like that's how you get good deals. You have to buy in areas that are slowly like becoming nicer areas. Turtle, all I know is home buying is the ROI of owning a home versus stocks can be iffy. Some homes can even be better to rent. So that's the other thing. Will this house be able to offset those costs enough with the rental income? How soon are we going to rent it? How much are we going to rent it for? Originally, I thought we were going to rent it for $3,000. Now I'm thinking we should rent it for $3,500. You get 3 people splitting that up. They have a huge front and backyard. Because now we're going to need more, probably. I thought this was going to be a lot smoother, but it's definitely becoming more complicated than I had anticipated. Probably feeling a little bit immature on that one, but this is life, man. You figure stuff out. Like, nobody really tells you. You kind of just figure it out on your own. And so if I figure out that this is a huge mistake and we shouldn't have upgraded so much, then we can downgrade again. We can always sell it, roll it into something else. The only reason it's difficult is because we're trying to keep this house. If we sold this house, it would be way easier, but we're not trying to do that. I'm trying to build some kind of empire from a real business standpoint that can be passive income for me. And I'm working my butt off at the bar, and like that's very physical, and like I can't do that the whole rest of my life. Eventually, I just want to manage the bar. I don't want to work there. So title, what cases do you recommend? I'm looking to buy one. Was thinking Zion. Zion looks good. I just have like the cheap Amazon Case-Matics cases. They're great. They fit the graded cards. They fit the bumper cards. They're a little tight with the bumpers around the edges, but the Case-Matics is fine. Pages Lucario. I was able to grab each black and white PC ETB. Dude, that's sick. Happy for you, Pedro. I was just sleeping, bro. I was just sleeping. Caleb, same. Also looking for a case. Dude, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. What about Journey Together? Still hard to get. Journey Together is still kind of hard to get. But it's still, people are still asking over MSRP on eBay. But Journey Together seems like it's a good value right now. Jeff, how we doing? Little J, Polyrath is cool. Scalpers wearing Team Rocket shirts for sure. Better buy Charizard itself than gamble. Dude, I know, but here's the thing. If I'm trying to get Charizard in a PSA 10, PSA 10 unlimited Charizard is anywhere from 10 to 15,000. You're going to tell me that not opening packs that I paid $350 a pop for, that are guaranteed heavy packs, right? I have 7 of them. You got 12 holographics in a box. And we've already opened 2. So I had 9 total. 9 of the 12 holographic cards that you could get out of a box. I bought them, basically. They're in those packs. I think it's a better odds of trying to pull it out of the packs, depending on your cost. My cost was really low on these. So, it's hard to not just sell it for money, but it's also hard to not wonder what's in there. And if you're a true collector, you're going to wonder what's in there, and you're going to want to open it. And honestly, I would never want to buy an unlimited Charizard for that much money. That's like crazy. But if I pulled it and it got a 10 or a 9, awesome. Even a 9, I'll be so stoked that I pulled that myself. We pulled so many Charizards on the channel, and that's an awesome thing. And I want to continue doing that even with vintage. Tuscan Trader. A buddy of mine just started working at Bimart, and he's been setting aside like 4 packs a week for me. Nice. Jeff, posting on Facebook Marketplace, people keep offering me their watches, snakes, fishes. Is that common where you are too? I really don't use Facebook Marketplace. I use eBay to sell stuff. So like can't speak on that. eBay has been really good to me. I love eBay. I highly recommend people get on eBay and get used to selling stuff and shipping stuff. Also, where we're potentially going to move has a USPS nearby, and it has a nice grocery store nearby, an Aldi. I'm super stoked about it. I really hope this works, guys. Like, my stomach was turning this morning before we went to see the house. I was like, oh, babe, like, I'm going to be sick. Like, are we really going to spend this much money? Am I going to do this? Like, but, like, now that I've seen the house, I'm like, dude, this is valid. Like, this is a good purchase. Like, this isn't a Pokemon card. No offense to everybody and myself. But, like, a home is something you get so much value from that, you know, stays fairly stable, too. Anyways, Battle Rex, I just want you to know that Jesus loves you. Oh, well, thank you. Little J, I got an ETB of each. Nice. Obsessed with cooking. So many great recipes. Nah, I couldn't get any. They made the queue impossible. That's what I heard. Navy, carry around 50K of slabs and an old ETB. Nice. There you go. Dude, that's smart. Dude, I need to make a video recently of what happened. Dude, somebody got, like, robbed really bad at a Bay Area card show. Did you guys see that? Dude, that's crazy. Crazy. That's actually really smart, though, Navy, to, like, carry, like, high-value items and, like, a really cheap, like, product. That's actually kind of smart. Wish I had passive income. I mean, dude, we all wish we had it. Eventually you get there. 8 blisters, nice. Ajith, thoughts on Chinese 151? Dude, you know I'm not really about Japanese, so I'm not even going to touch up on Chinese. Dude, different languages I know nothing about. I can't tell you nothing. But somebody else here might. Navy, just CT scan the packs, dude, right? Brandon Durham, how we doing? JW Stick, how we doing? Marble, just traded a Sea Sky box for Bloom and Waters. You think it was a good move? I do. I think you're more likely to get a Charizard or a Venusaur or Blastoise than you are anything out of that Sea and Sky box. And honestly, Crown Zenith prices are falling. The Giratina V-Star, the Mewtwo, both of those are falling. Meanwhile, the 151 Charizard is rising. So Bloom and Waters, I would say, is the better move there. You did good. Turtle, but yeah, dude, Sea and Sky is rough, man. Sea and Sky is rough. Those boxes just, from what I've heard from them, they just don't have the best hits. Some people struck it gold with them, though. Turtle, what are you planning to afford the down payment, or planning to sell to afford the down payment, or are you keeping everything for now? Were you planning to sell to afford down payment, or are you keeping everything for now? All this stuff I'm keeping. I'm actually in a position where I have saved enough money. I told you guys I was going to do this, and so I had been conditioning for it. I was still buying high-end cards, but I was making enough money to still be putting a little money away. So I'm putting about roughly 70 grand down. I will say that much. I say roughly because I figure the closing is going to take a couple weeks or at least a month or two. And so that gives me a chance to save another couple grand. But right now I have like 68.5. That's like fully liquid. Not moving it from any account, not moving it from investments or my retirement or any of that. Just what's in a side account. So I'm going to use that as a down payment. Originally I planned to use 20%, but then I spoke to our loaner and they're basically like, dude, your PMI is not going to be that bad. This whole time I was trying to beat PMI. Dude, private mortgage insurance is honestly not that bad. Like, you might pay $100 extra a month, and yes, it adds up. But if you're buying where the HOA is cheap, it kind of balances out that way. So I just figure, like, dude, let's just put down 10%. Let's get our foot in the door, and then figure out the rest. Now, I will say, while I'm making payments on the home, I will definitely be motivated to sell way more. So all the extra PSA slabs that I have, probably going to go soon. So all the extra theme decks I have, sadly, probably going to go soon. But I will always keep my baseline collection regardless. I would never sell everything I had anyways to make that happen. I did some accounting, though, and I know for a fact that my modern and my vintage grail slabs together are worth roughly $300,000. So I know if we were ever really in a super tight spot, I would have something as an asset to draw from to help out. But I don't think that'll be an issue. I just think I'm going to need to budget really, really hard. Um, hey, Ryan, do you think Lovebirds will reach 10K this year? Absolutely not. It would be insane for the Latios and Latias GX to reach 10K this year. It would be insane. Like, come on, it's already jumped from 2,700 to 5 grand. Like, it's already doubled in price pretty much. Almost 6 grand at this point. People are probably getting over 5. Dude, what is going on? I'm not touching that card until it comes down. All the other alt arts are fairly affordable from Sun and Moon except that one. And the population is too high of that card, in my opinion, for it to be that much. Like, come on. So many better vintage cards you could buy with that kind of money. I do love that card though, and I had one in a 9, and I sold it way early to get a 10, and the 10 blew up in my face. But that's the fun thing about collecting. You're always hunting something. You can't possibly catch them all. I like the exclusive Chinese artwork. Life Lover Ryan, do you need to upload more? I always look forward to your videos. I appreciate that. I do need to upload more. It's just I've been in a funk with work being so tough and just draining. Not tough. It's not even that tough. It's just draining talking to people 24/7, like making cocktail after cocktail like a machine. And it's fun and it's exciting, but yeah, dude, day in, day out. And now we're open 7 days a week. We're open even later now. Our numbers are going up, which is why I can afford this house. But like, holy crap, it's draining. So yeah, making videos, definitely on the agenda. Also, just like knowing that we were going to move made me uncomfortable even making videos anymore. Because I just was like, damn, well, this isn't the home base anymore because it's all going to be upended soon. Like, and that sucks. You know, this has been the headquarters, you know? The game room, the stream room, and I just don't know if the lighting will be the same or if I can set it up the same. Like, I have a lot of little worries that I shouldn't care about because if we move, it'll be an amazing thing. So like, whatever happens, we'll make it work. But I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I appreciate that though. I appreciate the love. Carry them in a Battle Styles ETB. Battle Styles ETB, nice. Same with Cash. Oh, also, I just want to say I've been watching for a couple years, and I like the authenticity of your videos. Yeah, I appreciate that, Navy. Turtle, 151 is gold right now. I give it till October, and we see it boom again. Tuscan Trader. Also, 151 has a great parallel to all the vintage stuff. Tuscan, how long are you streaming for tonight? I don't know, man. Dude, we're chilling. I mean, I'm just glad I could do a stream. Last week, I was too tired to do a stream and kind of just forgot about it, which I usually don't. It's very rare, but I give myself some grace because I do it every week. But yeah, we're just chopping it up. Like, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you guys have questions about, like, my life or just the hobby, like, just whatever you guys want to talk about. Guillermo, smart. Tired of being cucked by Pokemon Center, and today was not even the hottest girl. Oh, man. Yeah. Almost at 7K, yeah. Emil, I understand your worries about moving, but what if it'll all be better? I appreciate that, homie. Yeah. There's this song. I think it's I think it's by the Beach Boys. And like lately, I usually listen to trap rap music. Like my whole genre of music I like to listen to is rap, is hip hop, and like trappy, dirty hip hop. Like that's my deal. But like lately, I've been like going a whole different direction with like oldies and like classics. Anyways, all that to say that I've been listening to a ton of Beach Boys. I don't know if it's the karaoke night we're doing at the bar that's like messing with me. Because now I'm singing and I'm doing karaoke too while also serving people. So it's actually like I'm doing more of those songs. But the Beach Boys, there's he's got these lyrics that like he basically is saying like I expect that something's always gonna go wrong, and I feel like a lot of us can relate to that, to just like full on expecting that like some shit's gonna go down during the day. Like I don't know how some people keep it positive all the time, because I just get thrown off super easily. Like the first guy to cut me off for the day, and I'm like, dude, this day is shot. Like, so I'm always expecting the worst, hoping for the best. But yeah, this it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And if it doesn't work out, but it's gonna work out. So, um, I really appreciate you though, bro. Marvel. I just picked up my fourth 151 booster bundle display, fully sealed, pumped. Dude, that's sick. Booster bundle display is a peak collection item to have, right? It's super nice. It has that beautiful seal, beautiful silhouette all around the packaging. I wish I had some, but I opened all mine. So, but I will say they were worth opening for sure. You know, shout out to Austin for pushing us to open all that 151. Excuse me. Orion, do you drink energy drinks? No. I have a Red Bull occasionally if I'm like super burned out at work, but I pretty much never drink any kind of energy drinks. It's just like coffee. Like that's why I don't touch coffee that much. Like Diana makes a killer cup too, but I don't fuck with coffee because it gives me like I withdraw and I have like dehydration and gnarly headaches, and then I'm just a nasty person to be around. I don't like that version of myself. Migos, pretty soon it'll be country. Dude, Big X, and, what is it? Big X and, fuck, dude. Big X and someone else. They just put out a hit single or something. Dude, it's fire. Diana loves country. I could get behind country a little bit. What's good about being a dad? What's good about being a dad? I mean, great question. Your kids think you're a superhero. Everything that you do is pretty much cool. You get to watch this mini version of yourself develop. Being a provider and like creating the environment, building the environment that my kids grow up in, like being responsible for it and being like, I did that. Like, the fact that I did not pop the baby out, but I helped create the baby, and that's amazing also. Dude, some people can't have kids, like straight up. Like having kids is an absolute blessing, and like people our age in this generation like are afraid to have kids, and like that sucks because it is hard. It's fucking tough, guys. But such is life, right? Life is tough, right? Having kids is just adding to the mix. You figure it out, you find a balance, and then the second, third, fourth, whatever. I figure every kid you have next gets easier. For us, it's different for every kid, but for us, it was Aspen. Aspen, our first kid, was the toughest. I don't know if it's because she's a girl. Bless her heart. I love that I have a princess, but she's the toughest for sure. But dude, chime in on that. What's good about being a dad? I mean, yeah, dude, being a dad's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I remember listening to Post Malone before he blew up. Charizard Colby, what's your favorite theme deck? I just got the Team Rocket Trouble one. Next, I want the Dark and Zap deck. Bro, you go down the deck rabbit hole and you never stop, man. Like, you can't. Because you got to have them all. My favorite deck is the Legendary Collection Lava deck. It's actually right behind me right there. Dude, these are definitely some of my favorites. Also, over here, there's a Ruby Sapphire theme decks. Those are sick. Experiences are priceless. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, dude, this gum's fire. The icebreakers, I actually would never spend money on this. This is Diana's, and I'm being a hypocrite by having her gum. But I need something to chew on because I have bad anxiety, and I relapsed this week, and I started biting my fingers again. And I said I was never going to bite my fingers again, and then I started doing it. So I need to cut that shit out because I had it down for a while where I wasn't biting my fingers at all. Emil, a fun anecdote. I just went back to the card shop I used to spend all my childhood money on. Oh boy, was that a trip down memory lane. Hadn't been there for 20-ish years. I picked up a Shining Mewtwo. Dude, that is sick. Nice. Congrats. Shining Mewtwo is definitely on my list. Dude, I want that card bad. That's a sick card. Congrats. Nothing like some country, learning from your kids. Learning. So yeah, not everything is us teaching them. Sometimes like they do things that inherently like teach us, build us, and make us better human beings overall. That's beautiful. Charizard Colby's he's melting over here. Oh, life lover. When's your birthday? November 8th. Yo, shout out to all of my Scorpio kings out there. November babies. 94 baby. Being a 90s baby, guys, it's absolute blessing. Absolute blessing. Mike Freeman, do you think the gold star market is due for a pullback after all this hype lately? And I saw another chat that was like, are you going to sell your gold stars? I'm not selling my gold stars. I love my gold stars. And I'm super glad that I collected them before they absolutely exploded. But I also just don't like what's going on in the market. It's just too much. We wanted it to go up, but we didn't want it to go up like this. We wanted it to go up like very slowly and gradually. We didn't want it to like skyrocket all of a sudden. So that sucks. Because I still need the Gold Star Umbreon, which I almost got one the other day, but I think it was a scam. It was on Verbank Pokemon Group. The guy posted it for 10K, and then he accepted my 7K offer, and then he was like kind of pushy about it, and I'm like, there's no way this is real. This guy would not like know this card's worth 10 grand and take a 3 grand hit. So I think he put a timestamp with somebody else's card. I don't know how he did it, got away with it, but I think he did. Ryan, do you have any blisters in your collection? Not anymore. I've ripped every single blister I have, man. Every single one. All I have is sealed boosters and then some single booster packs of vintage. But no single blisters, no hanger packs. Those are gone. RIP. I need some of the RHS. I do not have a corn card, no. Must be nice to have both a little girl and a little boy now. Yeah, dude. It's the best of both worlds, for sure. I don't know. I really wanted another girl, but the fact that we got a boy is a blessing too, and having the best of both worlds, and for me, being at a point where I feel like, you know what? We have 2 kids. We have 2 beautiful kids. Let's focus all of our energy to raise them and mold them and just stop here, okay? At the same time, growing a family is a blessing. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. This house that we're looking at today has way more bedrooms than we need. But I'm kind of thinking it's manifesting that I'm going to have a bigger family. And dude, having a big family is amazing. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's always going to pay off. One day I'll get old and they'll hopefully take care of me. So, but yeah, a bunch of rooms we don't need. That could be huge for, if we happen to have a 3rd or 4th kid, then I don't have the stress of like, how are we going to make this work where we're at? And home is what you make it. Like, we make our home, and like, I've tried to stay here as long as we could, but it wasn't working for Diana anymore, and I can't force her to stay somewhere with our kids where she feels like it's not working for her. So it's more than just like, I wanted to move into a bigger house, but we'll leave it at that. Happy wife, happy life, something like that. Randy Martinez, it's been about 3 months since I've been able to get any product. Dude, I know. Generally just giving up, trying to get Pokemon cards. I don't know what to do. I don't want to give up on this hobby, but I just can't catch a break. Randy, stick around, okay? Because this I don't think this is going to last forever. And you meet people in the community, you network, right? Follow people, follow people. Follow people even on eBay. Follow my eBay. I don't care. Follow somebody's eBay. There's people out there that are giving good deals, and you got to network with them. You got to build connections. You got to be like, hey, man, you're one of the homies. Can you hook me up on this card? 20% off. You'd be surprised, right? A lot of people that are just strangers, they don't get deals. But when you know people and you're actually a part of the community and you're active in the community, you're like, hey, I know you from whatever. And, I know you sell cards. I know you help people out. Can you hook me up? It's like, then it's kind of like, all right, let me hook this guy up. So I'm not saying that I'm going to be the one to give you a break, catch you a break. But I'm just saying, have faith in the community. If not, like, the hobby itself, like, Pokemon Company, these big conglomerates. What's it? Oh, fuck. What's the one name that's the MJ Holdings that's like manipulating distribution? Like I've given up on distribution for sure. I've given up on the idea that there's fair distribution. I thought that we had fair distribution. Pokemon keeps saying they're gonna print so much. And I keep saying that they're going to print sets to oblivion. And honestly, the proof is there, right? If you go on eBay and look up Journey Together, right, you can find any card in that set for a pretty decent price. So maybe you're not looking in the right places. Maybe it's not about trying to find stuff in the wild and just actually going and finding the cards online and you can get a deal for them. I don't know. Just trying to help. Never played RuneScape. Ani, grow a family is a big responsibility. Ani with the freaking knowledge. Growing a family is a big responsibility. I didn't think it would be. I really thought it was just going to be a piece of cake. I really did not think it was going to be any work at all. Just like filling my binders, Emil, do you have any siblings? I do have an older sister. I'm not sure if my older sister, even likes me, to be honest. I know I shouldn't say that, and I like to think that we have a pretty good relationship, but at the same time, Diana is very close with all of her siblings, and I don't have that with my sister, and so that makes me feel kind of weird about it sometimes. But me and my sister are 6 years apart, and I feel like she judges every single thing that I'm doing, and just thinks that it's either immature or a waste of time. And I'm trying to live my life and my truth, and so it's kind of difficult because my sister's traveling the country, getting all these incredible jobs, and while she doesn't stay at one for very long, she is living her life. Whereas I stayed in Charlotte, saved money. I've been collecting things my entire life. I don't know, kind of more obsessed with material stuff than experiences, which my sister's very keen on having a lot of experiences, traveling, working all over the place. So. And she does very well for herself. She's in LA now. And she's talking about working for some other big company. She was with Nike. Now she's with Tesla. She's going to go to some other company. I forget what they're called. Good evening, Lonning. How we doing? I have a house on RuneScape. You can send her away again.
Hey,
I don't even know if he's talking about you. I didn't even bring you up. What? Speaking of, you gonna tell them how dope that house was so they'll believe me?
The other one sold.
What? The one in Matthews.
In Indian Trail.
An Indian Trail, yeah.
It's under contract.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful home, and it's 100,000 plus. It's 150 grand less than the one we're looking at.
I saw this one that's coming up.
Does it have a garage?
This is coming
Guys,
soon.
it has to have a garage. If it doesn't have a garage, what are we doing?
It does have a garage. It does have a garage.
Is that carpeting? She knows I don't like carpeting. And this house does not have any carpet in it, which is oh! It's a huge win. Are you just going to stand there? This is awkward.
I'm your security. I don't know what to do. Are you eating right now?
You want to sit down? Because I don't have anything on the chair. The room's pretty clean. If you want to have a seat.
Why are you doing
It's been a while since you were in a stream with us.
That's not you.
Babe, grab a seat. Grab a seat, okay?
I don't want to be.
Don't distract me from the chat, all right? I have important questions to answer. You make it work. If another baby comes, you always make it work. No, that's true. Jay, I saw so much Journey together on the shelves today. I think they're catching up. Finally. Diana, he sits on the throne of lies.
He does.
Diana's been saying forever, like, oh, we're never getting out of this house. We're never going to get out. Like,
stop it.
You never said, all you care about is your Pokemon cards, but, like, it's a vibe. I can feel that vibe. So,
it's a way of me saying it.
with this down payment, I could have literally bought a first edition PSA 10 Lugia from Neo Genesis.
You don't need that. Don't listen to me. Stop. You don't need that. You're okay. You're okay where you are. I think you need to sell everything.
What do I do with my hands? Yo, that's classic Ricky Bobby. Classic Ricky Bobby. Yeah, you could have. See, Austin gets it. I got at least 10 friends with scats and Hellcats. Emil, speaking of reprints, doesn't it take months to print and hit the shelves? I guess. So when they turn on the printers in January, it probably comes soon? No? I guess, man. I don't need enough. Asher and Aspen brand is everything. Yeah, so Diana started a... No, Diana, no. That's just love. Diana started her own jewelry brand, and you can find her on Shopify and Instagram.
You can't look up stuff on Shopify. It's a website. That's how you make websites. Come on, babe.
You can find her on Instagram. They can find you on Instagram, right?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram.
What's the Instagram? They can buy stuff for their wives.
Look, people. Come on. Ah! What did I click?
God, you're an amateur.
Here you go. You guys want some jewelry for Mother's Day? Come on. I'm just kidding. But, yeah. That's that. Thank you.
She's not kidding, and I hope it works out.
Okay.
Please work out.
I need to get a snack.
You are the snack.
Please stop.
Okay, too much. There's children. The children! For the children! Alright. Ani, if you move out, then are you going to let people rent this house for extra cash? Yes, and I also have to figure out, like, I have to get a lot of crap out of here fast. Like, I know it's not my biggest concern, but, like, all the cases and booster boxes and all the shelves and all this crap, I'm just like, oh, God. Gonna have so much that I gotta deal with now.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Snack, baby number 3. Emil, yeah, that's the right answer, Ryan. Stop. Why not stay at this house? I don't know. Life Lover has a great question. Why don't you answer Life Lover?
I will. Anyways, this house... Okay, picture this. This is, what? This is like a ranch. A 3-bedroom ranch with 2 bathrooms-ish. Anyways, we are 2 adults, 2 children, 3 dogs, and 1 lizard. Please tell me where do you fit all that? Plus the amount of cars and cards. Plus this game room. This game room is supposed to be Asher's bedroom. Stop, babe. Do not. You guys, please. How do I explain to my family that my partner over here is buying toys?
This is a limited edition Lugia.
I don't give a what it is. You are buying toys. And you keep saying, I'm reliving my childhood. For how long, dude? How long?
Experts say you need to relive your childhood for at least 36 months to finally have it set in. Okay, actually, I think it's 48 months. Actually,
I'm gonna start buying Barbies. It might be
60 months. You have to relive your childhood for 60 months, and then it finally sets in, right?
Should I start buying Barbies? Did you show everybody your nails?
Aspen did my nails. They're pink. You guys like those? It's a free country. I have pink nails if I want them.
Someone said, these are not toys, they're collectibles. Wait.
Dude, Freaking Gengar. Dude, I love this Gengar. This Gengar is not even a toy. This is a sad excuse for a Gengar toy. They call this a toy over at Jazzwares. But it is sick. Like, this is, like, classic looking Gengar. Gengar. Dude, it's fucking classic. Okay. My Rayquaza toy was the best one overall, though. Like, the Rayquaza toy that Jazzwares made recently is insane. Like, if you guys like Rayquaza, you need to get that toy. It is substantial. Like, it is really a trophy. Also, right next to that Rayquaza V that I have over there, it looks sick. Only reason I want kids is to buy toys with no adult guilt. Thank you. Thank you. That was my whole plan. That's art. Dude, thank you. Teflon, I just had Taco Bell. Okay, say less, dude. Say less. We know where this is going. Dude, you're actually making me mad jealous. I would kill for some Taco Bell, but we just had some Chick-fil-A.
I need to fix her here.
She looks so awkward.
She is awkward.
Ryan, did you hear about that streamer that got possessed by an owl on stream? What?
Possessed by an owl on a stream. Does the person have a pet owl? How do you get possessed by an owl?
I will take Charizard toys as donations.
Cuckoo. Let's go. Woo. 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 Buy Pokemon cards. Woo. Woo. Sorry.
Oh yeah. They asked about the house, why we need to move out, and you didn't really have very many reasons to move out.
That is my reason.
What? This is too small?
This house is small.
Yeah. For your standards, for a lot of people out there, this house is plenty big enough.
Get rid of your Pokemon.
Also, we're like, I'm just hit 30. She's still like 27, 26. Like, we're young. Like, we're not supposed to have massive houses.
We're also not supposed to have 2 children.
And we're also not supposed to, like, be drowning in... Because this is what it's called. It's called being house poor, right? When you have a big house, but your payments are drowning you. Yeah, it's called being house poor. I've always been house rich. Meaning I mostly own most of my house. So... Anyways, yeah, we're going to try renting out. Hopefully it's not weirdos. Hopefully they don't destroy the house. So...
I'll take Cleo out of here.
Okay.
She doesn't look very happy with the situation. You can get back to your stream. I'm gonna go read.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I'm gonna watch your show.
Cool. Boys got boys stuff to talk about.
I'm gonna watch your show.
Dude, our neighbors are doing some sketchy stuff though. Real talk. Which is also why we gotta get out of this neighborhood. I quit playing basketball because I wasn't good, but I'd stomp a kid any day. Who's Uriel? Buy a new house, but keep this one and fill the entire thing with Pokemon. Thank you. It's a good idea. It's a really good idea. I like that idea a lot. Just make this like the headquarters. Dude, this is Rocket's headquarters right here. I like that. Little J, I'm camper poor. I always get the nuggets with the giant box. Piggy Jack, read about how to expand a Pokemon collection. I'm renting for as long as possible. Collector, invest. Like, renting can be, like, really stress-free with not having to maintain anything either, right? If something breaks, the development has to deal with it. Collector, invest. Like, I joked, really, because Diana couldn't do this, but I could. What if we sold the house, right? We kept all that money in an account bearing interest, and we just rented, right? We just rented. Like, we have no real responsibilities other than paying that rent every month, and we have the money gaining interest, so the rent isn't even that much. And then we could move, like, uptown just for, like, a year or two. I don't know. It's something that, like, I joked about. But maybe down the road we'll buy, like, an uptown rental or condo or something. And we can relive our life again. Because, I don't know. it's been a while since we went on like a nice, good date, since we started having kids, and it's just been hectic. And we've been rolling with it, but I think it's affecting me more than it's affecting Diana. Like, I think I need a date more. Like, Daddy needs a date night. I don't know if she can hear me, but Daddy needs a date night. Collector invest. I have 2 houses, 1 rental, and 1 house I live in. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, once you get to that point, I feel like life gets slowly easier, because then you might buy another rental property and you rent that out and you hook another homie up. Like, I have a lot of friends looking for housing, and so for me, it was just like really easy to think of that decision. Like, all my friends are always looking for housing. If I could get places, fix them up, rent them out for cheap to my friends, boom, everybody wins. I know. Could buy a first edition Zard PSA 10. That'd be absolute dreams. And then I could get rid of my scratched up 9. Is Orion a dancer? I wish. Orion needs some relax and chill. No, I definitely do. I definitely do. I put all that money into grading cards. I know you would. I'm actually really, really excited to get this submission back, guys. 30 days, T-minus 30 days, and we get the big submission back of 115 cards, and I can find out if I got absolutely wrecked, and then I can send this 4th submission out with all the Salamence from Journey together. 35 Salamence I'm going to send out. It's going to be nuts. There's a popular rumor that this next era will have level X cards come back. Dude, that would be sick. I like the level X cards. I think they're really cool looking. I also really like the Prime cards. I think that's what they are. Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. The Prime cards, I think. Those are sick. I have 160,000 ounces of silver. Wow, that is insane. Jazz hands. Any plans to go to another Collecticon? So we're going on a beach trip right when Charlotte Collecticon is here, so I don't think I'm going to end up going to Collecticon. But guys, 5 more minutes. If you have any other questions, 5 more minutes. You guys want to talk about anything specific, anything that's going on that bothers you? One thing I did want to bring up real quick, be super, super careful when you're going to card shows, because it feels like it's becoming more of a common theme for people to rob each other at card shows, and you don't want to be the person that gets got. So be really careful what you do. I probably won't ever take all of my nice cards to Collecticon again. Last Collecticon was probably the last time I ever take all of my Grail cards to a Collecticon show. In the past, I thought that that was like the cool thing to do, the normal thing to do, but now I'm just like, it's not worth it, bro. Just go with whatever you're selling and nothing else. And you can either trade up for something or just walk out with cash. But yeah, I'm not chancing somebody being able to walk away with 200 grand in a briefcase. So that was some dumb shit I did these past couple years. So, but yeah, y'all need to be careful out here if you're going to the card shows. Regardless if it's expensive stuff or cheaper stuff, just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful because people are shisty, and right now there's a lot of negative, toxic behavior going on in this hobby. And people need to be aware of it and know that it's there, and just watch your back when you're going to card shows. I know that sounds awful, but also more importantly, the guy who was at the Bay Area card show who got robbed like $15,000 worth of cards, they came up behind him. They came up masked up behind him. So you need to watch your back when you're leaving the show, probably most importantly. Emil, so I'm contemplating sending some cards to PSA. What should I know before doing so? I'll need to use a middleman in Denmark due to the current climate, but still, any tips? Cheapest cards at the bottom and at the top, most valuable cards in the middle. Rookie mistake would be putting your most valuable cards on top. When they scan all the cards in, the first image you see in your submission will be that first card on top. So you'll be tempted to put a really nice card on top, but don't do it. Put like something cheap on top. Also use a very even amount of rubber bands when you're rubber banding up the submission. I don't know if your middleman is going to do all that for you, but just like make sure that it's really well handled. Because if you rubber band, let's say one rubber band in the middle, one rubber band across, it could easily actually bend your cards from sitting like that for long enough in transit and then at the facility at PSA until they sort it out. You really want to make sure there's equal tension. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you want to make sure there's equal pressure of rubber bands, and you stretch those rubber bands a little bit so they're not like pressing on your cards really, really tight. Because that will ruin your cards before they even see PSA. Also, don't be cheap with your card savers. Like, buy brand name card savers and good sleeves. Because if you get cheap sleeves, cheap card savers, they might bend. Some card savers, even the brand name ones, sometimes the card savers are like warped a little bit. I'm sure. I wonder if I have an example. I don't know if I have any really good examples right now, per se, but this is a good example. This one's brand new. This is a brand new card sleeve. You see how it's kind of warped? It's kind of like bent up. Yeah, it's kind of messed up right there. It's a brand new card saver. Now, I use that one to press out and flatten corners on some of my cards. No humidity, nothing, no Kurtz Card Care, no nothing on there. Just if I need to flatten a card out, I use that cheaper, messed up card saver. But yeah, nice card savers, nice sleeves. You don't want your cards flying out of the card saver. I don't know. What's other good advice? Pre-grade. Really look at your card like 50 times before you send it to PSA, because you could miss something the first time, the second time, and the third time. Look the card over and over and over. Highly recommend you get a really good flashlight. Mine, I actually took to the house today when I went in the crawl space to look underneath the flooring. And the crawl space was immaculate, guys. But yeah, find a good flashlight that has like a good like UV light. Yeah, you got to look those cards over really good. Frank, what's good? We are actually closing up shop here in a bit. I see Card Shop break videos a few times a month now. I see Card Shop break-in videos. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's getting bad because there's too much money in Pokemon. Orion, can you speak any other language than English? I mean, I could speak Spanish somewhat. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Like, right, I can do like basic Spanish, but not much other than that. I know some basic Hebrew. I'm Jewish, but I'm not the best Jew in the world, so I don't know much Hebrew. Retro Wander, any opinions on Star Wars Unlimited or Lorcana? Dude, I love Star Wars. I would love to dabble in other TCGs, but I just don't have much to say on those just because I don't dabble in them personally that much. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! More than anything other than Pokemon, but I haven't picked up a single Yu-Gi-Oh! Item other than the classic collection boxes they reprinted not long ago. But dude, Star Wars is sick. I love Star Wars. Like, Star Wars is dope. Lego Star Wars Lego video games, Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars, just the movies in general, watching them is so much fun. Like, probably do that once a year. Star Wars is goated. But, yeah, card game, not for me, right? I can't get into anything when I'm this deep into Pokemon. I can't. Pokemon already takes up all of my thought that isn't thinking about other adult stuff. Mr. 33 Cat, Shalom. Pat Bounds, any quick tips for how you comp cards that aren't sold a lot? Dude, that one's difficult. When a card has super low pop or just doesn't have a lot of sales data, a pretty easy trick is usually to take the PSA 9 price and double or triple it. I know that sounds silly, but that's usually a good way to think about like the potential value. Also, you got to look at the pop reports, right? That's a great way to do it. So you look up the pop reports of the card, right? The card that is being sold to you is pop 50. What's the PSA pop in a 9? Population is 200 in a 9. So then you can assess that the 10 or the card that they're giving you, if it's graded, right, and there's not a lot of sales data on it, there might be sales data on a lower graded version of the copy. So you find that lower graded version and what it recently sold for, and then basically you double or triple that number, right? If it's an 8 and someone's trying to sell you a 10, you might quadruple that number. You know, I don't know, or it might be 6x or 8x that number. But this might sound confusing, but it's a PSA 10 of something, and the PSA 9, there's 50 of the PSA 10, and the PSA 9 is 200, right? You see that the PSA 9 has sold for $100, right? There's 4 times as many as the PSA 10. So you might be able to assess that the PSA 10 is maybe worth, if it sells for $100 in a PSA 9, and there's 4 times as many PSA 9s as the PSA 10, might sell for about $400. That's not exactly going to turn out right. You really need to have some market data, but other than doing stuff like that, if you can find some sales data and average between, you know, older pricing and more recent pricing, just average between the two, I don't know. Somebody else maybe can chime in there. Pokemon scratches too many itches. No, Pokemon is just relentless, dude. You cannot keep up in this hobby, which is why so many people are just getting into the money side of it, because they know that, like, once people get hooked onto this hobby, they're spending their money. And if you're willing to sell, you're the one making the money. But if you're a collector, it's just a never-ending punishing, like yes, it's fulfilling, it's rewarding, but it's punishing too. You're like trying to complete these goals, and it just feels like it's never-ending pain, punishment. I don't know. Dude, it's been so hard for me to complete any of my big long-term goals. Just put a funny number and turn on best offer. That's pretty much like sound advice too. Just put like a wild number. And if someone's like, hey, I want this card, I'm only willing to pay this much, like, depending on what you're in on it, if you're profitable, sell it to someone for a good deal, right? Don't ever be like super greedy, right? Even if I set my prices on eBay high, if somebody sends me an offer and it's like actually like profitable and I can make something on it, I'll usually just hook it up just so that I can make a sale, just so that I can maybe get return business, or get a good review. It's worth it. So, that late night bird, subbing, simply on principle. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Guys, we had a great stream tonight. I think it was actually a really great stream tonight. I had a really long day looking at the house and going back and forth with Diana on what we want to do with our lives. So I was drained and I wasn't sure doing a stream was going to be the right thing. So I'm glad that we ended up doing it. I'm sorry we haven't opened anything in a while. Not exactly my fault. Really hard to find stuff locally. And honestly, I would open up Journey Together, but I have so much Journey Together that I'm sending off to PSA. So there's not really much reason for me to open Journey Together. Love Pokemon since I was a kid, bro. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I appreciate you guys. And to all of my friends out there, I'm going to try and be more consistent with it. More consistent with the streams. More consistent with the videos. So, I appreciate you guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. All right? Peace. Yo. Bless. Bless. Y'all make an amazing night. Have a good night, okay, guys?